Hey everyone, before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to my channel for more real, emotionally gripping stories like this one. And please share your thoughts in the comments. I want to know if you've ever faced a moment that made you question everything you thought you knew about someone you love. Started with a text. One simple, seemingly harmless message from my wife Sarah. Looking forward to the party tonight. See you there, Red Heart. I smiled at my phone. It was a Saturday evening, and the company holiday party had been the only social event we'd committed to in weeks. I didn't know then that the night would change everything. First, things seemed normal. We got ready together, exchanged playful banter in the bathroom mirror, and left the apartment holding hands. But even as I watched her adjust her earrings, I noticed something subtle. Her hesitation when she touched my arm, the way she avoided my eyes for more than a second. I chalked it up to nerves, maybe pre-party jitters. The party was crowded, loud, full of laughter and music that vibrated through my chest. I held her hand as we walked through the room, feeling a wave of pride. Sarah always looked radiant in public. I wanted to lean in, brush my lips against hers, and tell her how much I loved her. I tried. I leaned closer, whispering, "You look amazing tonight." Her eyes widened, and before I could even kiss her, she recoiled sharply, stepping back. Her face twisted into something I hadn't seen before. Disgust. "That's disgusting," she said, loudly enough for several nearby colleagues to hear. The room went silent for a fraction of a second, long enough for my heart to stop. My face burned, confusion and hurt twisting into a knot in my chest. What do you mean?" I stammered. She didn't answer. She just smiled awkwardly at the nearest person, as if she hadn't just humiliated me in front of everyone. I felt my stomach drop. Something was wrong, but I couldn't grasp what. The rest of the evening was a blur. I tried to engage in conversations, to laugh along, but every time I looked at her, my chest tightened. Her attention seemed elsewhere, often flicking to someone behind me or across the room. And then it clicked, a familiar pattern I had tried to ignore in the past few months. The secret of phone calls, the sudden excuses to step outside, the way she sometimes laughed in a way that felt like it was meant for someone else. I questioned myself constantly. Maybe I was imagining it. Maybe I was overreacting. I tried to remember all the nights we shared together, the small gestures that once felt intimate. Her hand brushing mine, the way she used to rest her head on my shoulder while we watched movies. Were those moments real? Or had I been blind to the truth? It wasn't long before I found evidence I couldn't ignore. A message on her phone, brief, casual, but enough to break me. "Can't wait to see you tonight. I'll meet you there." Her finger hovered over the screen as she handed the phone back, pretending nothing had happened. But I saw it. And suddenly every small sign, every subtle shift in behavior made sense. I confronted her later, alone in our car, parked under a street lamp that cast harsh shadows across her face. "Sarah, who is he?" My voice trembled. Her eyes flickered with guilt and fear. "I didn't mean for you to find out this way," she whispered. "It just happened. I didn't know how to stop it before it went too far." The words felt like knives. The love I had carried for her, the trust, the laughter, the shared plans, twisted into something unrecognizable. I didn't know who she was anymore. And in that moment I realized I had to face a painful truth. Love doesn't fix betrayal. The following days were a struggle. Every memory was tainted. Every gesture, every laugh, every intimate moment replayed in my mind with a bitter aftertaste. I questioned myself constantly. Had I missed the signs, ignored them because I wanted to believe in her, in us? But I also began to understand something crucial. My pain was valid, but I couldn't let it consume me. I had to reclaim myself. I had to acknowledge that trust, once broken, cannot simply be patched with excuses or apologies. The confrontation we had weeks later was quiet, intimate, and raw. "I can't keep pretending," I said. "I loved you, Sarah. I still do. But I can't live in a life where I doubt every word, every gesture, every memory." She looked at me with tears, a mixture of remorse and fear. "I never meant to hurt you," she said softly. "I thought I could have it all. I see now that I was wrong." Her words didn't erase the pain, but they confirmed what I had known for weeks. It wasn't about me failing. It was about choices she made. And sometimes, love isn't enough when the other person has already chosen a different path. Walking away was one of the hardest things I've ever done. Every step out of our apartment felt like tearing a part of myself from the life I had known. But with each step, I felt a strange sense of clarity. I was reclaiming my dignity, my self-respect, my sense of self. The heartbreak didn't disappear. I still think about that night, the loud music, the crowded room, the moment she screamed those words that cut through me. But I also remember the strength I found in facing the truth, in refusing to let betrayal define me. Life went on. I rebuilt slowly, leaning on friends, finding solace in the quiet moments that reminded me who I was outside of her betrayal. And even though the memories still sting, I learned that trust, once broken, can teach us lessons about resilience, self-worth, and the courage to choose ourselves. Betrayal hurts, yes. Heartbreak cuts deep. But even in the midst of pain, we can find clarity, reclaim our lives, and emerge stronger than before. And that's what I did. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe for more stories like this, and share your thoughts in the comments. I want to hear if you've ever faced a moment of betrayal, and how you found the strength to move forward.